Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on how to do stuff. So today we are going to create a sliding 808 bass. I'm going to be using the beat that we made in the beginner's VST tutorial video. If you want to know how we made this whole beat, just go check that video out. It's pretty cool. Today we're going to work on these 8 bars right here. So I've removed the bass so we could add the 808 in. So I'll let you listen to it without the bass. Alright, we're going to work on this part. So, in order to do note slides in LMMS, you need to be using either triple oscillator or bit invader. You cannot use Zin as sub effects because that would not work. I don't know why, but it doesn't work. And same with VSTs, you cannot note slide with VST. I'll show you a way to do note slides in some VSTs in a moment after we create the 808 sound using triple oscillator. So, open that up. We're gonna have sine waves. We only need one of them, and basically we're going to create a little pattern here. So I'm just gonna put down the bass notes there, and then I'm going to show you how to do the note slides. We're going to turn a bit of the second oscillator and make it a triangle wave, as well as making the coarse detuning 7 semitones higher than what it currently is. So we start at 0, so we just do +7. Adding 7 means adding a 5th on top, so it's like a C and a G, or like a G and a D, and then you get that really strong sound that we need for the bass. So I've just done a little bit of the piano roll so we have a little bit of sound to work with. So here we're going to add some distortion. I'm going to add a calf saturator here, and we're going to low pass it down a bit, turn the amount up, and let's have a listen to how it sounds currently. Sounds pretty warm. I'm guessing we need to mess with the tone a bit. Yeah, we definitely need the tone somewhere on the left side. So if you guys don't know what the tone does, it basically kind of makes the saturation either really cold or really warm. If it sounds warm, then it's fuzzy. If it sounds cold, then it's kind of crispy. So I want it kind of on the crispy side because it's a crispy bass. So I found a good setting for this, for the saturator, and you can just copy these settings right here, and yep, I'm going to continue working on the pattern, and I'll be back with you guys once I'm done. So I've made a simple 808 pattern. It's not too brilliant, but it's what we need for this video. So as you listen to it, it might sound a bit muddy because we didn't do any mixing or anything with the other instruments, so we'll do that right after you listen to what I have done. Sounds pretty messy, right? Alright. All we have to do is apply EQ on all the other instruments. So I use the equalizer, and as band 1, I'm gonna cut the cymbals pretty high, about 1k. The lead, I'm also gonna apply EQ. Gonna cut it about 500. Then I'm gonna cut it at 5k to get rid of the buzziness. Then I will also cut the kick a bit so it doesn't interfere too much with the bass. So for a kick, you want to leave the low end there, so just add the low pass really low. I'm gonna cut it at 200 hertz because that's where the bass is gonna be at. The snare, I'm also gonna EQ this. I'm gonna cut it about 100, then cut the mids a bit, and then a bit of the highs. You don't need that much highs. Then the piano. The piano is quite muddy at the low end as well. We're gonna have to apply the EQ about 200. Then these ambient samples, we're going to cut them as well, about, say, here. Same with this one. That's just some walking through leaves. We can cut that as well, about 500. Same with this trumpet-like sound that we made in Synth 1. It's quite a big sound, so we're gonna cut out the sub. And let's see... Oh yeah, I'm gonna do some sidechaining as well. So let's call this the sidechain. And let's route some instruments that we want to sidechain through that effects mixer. So these background elements, cymbals, and the piano, the lead, and also the sub. The sub is going to be sidechained a bit. So here we're going to add a sidechain compressor. Just click enter, turn the threshold down, turn the ratio up, turn the attack down, turn the release down a bit. And then we're going to make a sidechain trigger using Bit Invader. By the way guys, if you don't know how to sidechain, you can look at my beginner's tutorial on how to sidechain, which I uploaded recently on my beginner's tutorial series, which you can check it out. If you watch that video, you will learn how to do sidechaining, and it's gonna improve your song a lot. So here, let's add a peak controller. Mute effect, bass at 0, keep it there. So now we're going to copy the kick pattern down here. Let's go to the sidechain compressor and connect it to controller 1. I want to make these sidechain signals even shorter so it doesn't sidechain for that long. So here I put the ratio on about 2, the threshold on about 0.38. I had the release about on 18. You can also copy the settings of the peak controller. Amount is full and amount multiplicator is 3.6. Also guys, remember to mute the effects or else your Bit Invader will make sound. You don't want it to make sound, it's just a signal for ducking the volume of your sidechain group. So, after sidechaining, how does it sound? Let's have a listen. Sounds pretty okay, but I would prefer it if it was a bit shorter, so I'm gonna go into the 64th note. We're also going to add a bit of compression, just to tighten up the sound. I tweaked the settings of the 808 a bit, and let's hear how it sounds in solo. That's pretty good. Now what we have to do is to do the detuning or the note slides. So we go into here and go to pitch bend mode. Here we can click on a note and we can edit it. So since we're going to have a pitch bend from here up there and back down, we're going to actually delete that note and put it back here. And then what we're going to do is add a pitch bend to this note, and we'll add a point about here, so it begins to bend up here. We're going to increase the grid. Go up 12 notes, which is an octave. So we can even make this grid 32, and then we're going to make this a bit faster. And then back down, we can go back like this. So you have a kind of going up 12 notes, which is an octave, and coming back down. So let's have a listen. I'm actually gonna make this whole thing one note because I want to edit the whole note in the same automation editor. So here I'm gonna make it 64, even faster. I'm gonna move this over across one space, this one across a space as well. This one I'm gonna make it a bit longer, and this one block back. So let's have a listen. So there you go, you have a simple slide. Now you can tweak it a bit. If it's coming down too fast, I'm just gonna move this over. And maybe move this one over as well. That's pretty much how you do it. Yeah, so I finished automating the 808 slide. So you can see here, I have an octave automation going up and down twice, and then up and down twice again on the other long note. So let's see how it sounds. Another thing we could do is add a saw wave that is kind of high but really quiet. So we could kind of mix it in. So there we have it. We have successfully added 808 slides to this 8-bar loop, and I hope you enjoyed this video because I'm going to play it again, and I hope you like what we have done today. So that was it. I hope you learned how to do 808 slides in LMMS using triple oscillator. And before you go, I still have to show you how to do 808 slides with some VSTs. So for example, with Synth 1, you can look at this pitch bend range here, and the 12 specifies 12 semitones, which is an octave. So in order to automate that, you need to use an automation track and add a automation clip. Go to the range and set it the same as what you set in Synth 1, so it's 12, and we can automate the pitch. So if we automate the pitch going like this or something, I'll make it really obvious so you can notice that it's actually changing pitch. So let's have a listen at the Synth 1 alone. You see how it sounds like that? Without it, it sounds like this. And with it, it sounds like this. That was just crazy pitch automation. I was trying to show you how to do that. So yeah, that's how you pitch bend using some VSTs, but some VSTs don't have the pitch bend range or like a pitch bend knob. So you cannot do pitch bending within that instrument, and you'll have to use another one. So that's quite sad, but you know, that's just how you do it in LMMS. I hope you enjoyed the video, learned a lot of stuff about pitch bending, how to make an 808 bass, and mixing, as well as, you know, and I hope you learned how to experiment with some effects such as saturation, EQ, compression, and all that crap you need to know. And if you did, definitely drop a like on the video and subscribe to my channel for more music. I have a new track uploaded called Hexagon, which is on YouTube and SoundCloud and on Spotify as well, so if you would check that out, that would be great. Remember to sub to my channel for more tutorials. Check out my other tutorial series, how to make certain sounds, some breakdowns of the songs I've made. I usually make dubstep songs, so if you're interested in that kind of sound design, then you should definitely check it out. But I do other genres as well, so if you're like a trap producer, I did make a trap song which is called Escape from Hell, which is some experimental stuff. I never actually make trap, so that was my first attempt. If you would check that out, that would be awesome. And I hope I'll see you guys in the next video. Comment out what you thought about the video, and give me some suggestions as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.